When a local comic shop says they're doing 50% off their back issues, you got to check it out. And when they tell you they're going to be, in a couple days, putting out some DC Silver Age books, you got to go back. What did I pick up from all Yap Comics? Coming up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hey there, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on other socials, Bronzeville_comics on Instagram. Also, on Whatnot, we do sales Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link in the description of this video. You get $10 off your first purchase if you sign up through Whatnot through that. And also in the description of this video is a link to my eBay store as well as my email. So, I swung by, I saw on Instagram that All Yeah Comics, which is maybe about 15 or 20 minutes from my house, was having a 50% off sale from Thursday through Sunday. And that, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, they're still having the sale on all their back issues. So I said, you know what, let me swing by and see what I can find. So I did. I stopped by the store. And I was talking to the owner, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be bringing out a DC Silver Age collection on Saturday." So I'm like, "Okay, I will make plans accordingly." So let's see what I got. I'm gonna first go through what I picked up the first go around. Adventure Comics 303. This is the first appearance of Matter Eater Lad. I'm kind of storing away these first Legion appearances. Action Comics 684. The new Doomsday Appearance newsstand. That's part of the Doomsday arc. And we got past that a couple months. 686, also a newsstand. Just picked that up. Then I picked up a run of Mighty Avengers. I wasn't collecting that title at the time, so let me put a little run together. 3, 4. This is the first appearance of Maria Hill. Of course, not really a great spec character anymore. 5. 6. This is her second appearance. 8. I keep hitting the space button on my keyboard, which stops the recording. 8. I think this is the first time Wolverine joins the team. 9. And 10. Then I saw, and the prices were really good, even like they were reasonable prices without the discount. On a lot of the stuff that I saw there, and certainly the stuff I picked up. And I picked up Aquaman numbers 63, 62, where Mira berates Aquaman for the death of Aquababy, and 61. So the series was canceled in the late 60s, I think it was, rebooted in the mid-70s for a few issues. These are the last 3 issues with Jim Aparo covers. So I thought that was a nice little pickup there. Then this book, I think I already have a copy. It's Brave and the Bold number 50. This is the first issue, and I believe which the team-ups begin. The issue previous to this was Strange Sports Stories. It was more of a tryout book with, you know, Justice League, Metamorpho, Hawkman, etc. Then I picked up, and you might have seen, I did a video recently on DC first appearance characters, and this is one of those that I highlighted. I picked up 2 copies, the regular newsstand, of Fury of Firestorm number 17. This is the first appearance of Firehawk, who becomes his kind of crime-fighting as well as romantic partner. I scoured the bins for some books that, for whatever reason, were missing from my PC. Green Arrow 41 wasn't in there, so I grabbed that. This one I grabbed, it's Green Lantern number 112. Great Mike Grell cover. This is the first appearance of the Starheart. It has an Alan Scott appearance. Didn't have that. And of course I like to collect those Earth 2 appearances from the Bronze Age. Then I picked up 3 issues. I think there's only 6 issues in the series, and I think I have number 1 of Gunhawks. Reno Jones and Kid Cassidy. Some early 70s Marvel Western, and I think it's Reno Jones is the African-American character. I could be wrong. So I picked up issues 2, 3, 4, and 6. So these are in pretty decent shape. I'm trying to put together some decent books for Westerns. I'm trying to get some more Whatnot theme nights going. And then I picked up couple of issues of Invaders, number 15. This is a pretty high grade one. I actually have this from when I was a kid. It was the Crusaders. I don't know if this is a first appearance of the Crusaders or not. Pick that up. And issue number 18. Pick this up. It's kind of mid-grade. It's Iron Man 125. It's the first cover appearance of James Rhodes. And then I always pick this book up. I'll probably just use it like for a giveaway. Michael Turner cover of Justice League of America 10, Dream Girl, Black Canary, and Power Girl. So that was on Thursday. So I took those books and I headed home. And then Saturday morning. So my plan Saturday morning was I looked on Craigslist, and there's supposed to be a community yard sale in the town next to me. Or so I thought. This was completely on me. So I drove there. It was a 10 o'clock start. I got there at about 8:45 and didn't see a soul. And then I saw a banner. It was like in the parking lot of the public library there. And I saw a banner that said, Community Yard Sale, Sunday, the 17th. I'm like, oh, crap. So I made a change of plans. And I actually went to Streetside Anthony's. I'm going to show those books after I show the Oh Yeah books. So I headed back to Harrison. I mistakenly, let's look at some footage. I did mistakenly say it was in New Jersey. It's Harrison, New York. So we're headed to Oh Yeah Comics in Harrison, New Jersey. They're having a 50% off sale of anything under $50. And they got a new DC Silver Age collection, evidently. So we're going to look to see if there's any good DC Silver Age books to grab. And here we are at Oh Yeah Comics.
This is some really great stuff.
Yeah, it was a nice little collection I took in. The guy was super nice.
Got any more Batman questions for me?
So, oh yeah, they have a presence there on Facebook. They do live sales on Whatnot. They are pretty active on Instagram. They are, I think it's the end of the month. They're having Walt and Louise Simonson do a signing there. I might, depending on my schedule, head up for that. I'm not sure the exact date. So anyway, I went back. They had the DC collection, and I picked up some books. The books, a lot of them had some a decent amount of foxing, but a lot of these I'm just putting PC. So Saturday was Batman Day, so they had some free Batman Day giveaways. So just kind of put those to the side. Then I was kind of digging through the bins after I went through the DC stuff, and I'll show you that in a minute. I was just digging through the bins looking for run fillers, like just looking in my CLZ app at like what, I saw they had a chunk of a title. Am I missing anything from there? Oddly, I was missing a bunch of these Seven Soldiers. You know me and Seven Soldiers. How am I missing these? I don't know. Bulleteer, Mr. Miracle 2 and 4, Clarion 2. There's also an issue of Namor randomly that I was missing. I think I have them all now. Maybe I'm missing one. There's some JSA classifieds. How did I miss JSA? Numbers 9, 8, 16, and 15. And then this JLE Liberty Files. I think I had issues 1 and 2, but I don't have the last one. They had 5, 4, and 3. So those all just PC books. Those are like $3 or less before the 50% off. The collection, DC collection, was very Superman heavy. Not really Batman or any... there was some Green Lantern in there, but I didn't grab any of that. I probably could have, because there was some of the Adams O'Neill stuff. I picked up... This was in the bins. This wasn't part of the DC collection. I've been picking this up when I can. Flash #1. In case that's the first time that Wally West has his own title. Zot #1. Shout out to Bronze and Modern Gods who had profiled this book. I remember it existing at the time, and figured I'd give it a shot. Give Zot a shot. It was funny. I was talking to Richard at Baltimore, and he was looking for Zoot comics, and he was talking about the cost. I'm like, oh wait, you mean Zoot Golden Age stuff, not Zot Eclipse Bronze Age. This is a pretty sharp copy of Superman 261. This classic Neil Cardy cover with Star Sapphire. First appearance of Terror Man. I just grabbed that. I've been picking those up. And I'm talking about my Legion first appearances. Wildfire in Superboy 195. He's known as Erg 1 in that issue. Then just some... There was some Jimmy and Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane. And I was grabbing the some of the covers, Neil Adams covers on this one with the Planet of the Capes. Pretty sure that's from 1968. Just a guess. Lois Lane, #129. I think that's a Nick Cardy cover. And as is this one. I think I need this one for my 72 collection. And this also is in pretty good shape. This, I thought, was, again, a book that people seek, the 80-page giant Superman, Action 354. A lot of Supergirl in there. And then these actions I need for my Action Comics run. 343, half price. 345. And I actually have on here, when I put these little stickers for my own notes, 67, that means it's from 1967. When I put it in my to-read boxes, I kind of try to read chronologically because I am very anal retentive. And I also put Bled on there because that's a book that I might, it's a PC book. I'm not going to resell it. It does have some foxing. You can see some foxing in this one. And that was kind of indicative of the collection. But I picked this up. This is Action 349. I also picked up Action 361, Second Parasite with a Neil Adams cover. It's classic. I know Mint Hunter, was it Mint Hunter recently homaged that? Somebody recently homaged that cover. This, 365, Neil Adams cover, Superman's Funeral, for Lois, Lori Lermis, and Lana Lang there. And then there were a bunch of adventure comics. So most of these I already have copies of and probably in better shape, but there were reasons I picked this up. 306, first appearance of the Legion of Substitute Heroes, and the first appearances of those characters. And also Stoneboy Chlorophyll. Was there one more original character? 308, this is the first appearance of Light Lass, or Lightning Lass, who later becomes Light Lass. This was a book. I couldn't find this at Baltimore. All the bins I was checking, they had like adventure comics around it. A bunch had 320, and I did pick up one of those. I need 319. I think this takes me all the way back to 313 on my Legion run. Then 349, that is the first appearance of Universo, and also Ron Vidar, who becomes a, what do they call him? not an alternate member, but an honorary member of the Legion. And it turns out later on in continuity that he is a Green Lantern, even though Green Lanterns have been outlawed in the 30th century. 350, this is the first appearance of the Hag, who's actually the White Witch. 365, first appearance of Shadow Lass. 371, first Chemical King. And again, some of these have foxing, but they are really nice, some of these, other than the foxing. So I might, once I start, if I start experimenting with that, I might lean into that. And then I got 4 more books from there. No, yeah, 3 more books, I'm sorry. Adventure 432. I pick these up when I can. The Spectre run from the early 70s. Michael Fleischer, Jim Aparo. You've heard me talk about that on the channel before. Justice League of America 55. First appearance of Robin. The Golden Age Robin in the Silver Age, when he kind of joins the Justice Society and kind of takes up the Batman mantle by changing his costume. I think this had some Rusty Staples. This is a pretty nice copy. A beautiful Neil Adams cover of Spectre number 2. I'm not sure which Spectre issues I need. I'm pretty sure I do not have that one. So, again, half price, got some great deals on that. I also went to Streetside Anthony's. And I'm going to talk a little bit from this box about the slab, save, sell, spec, and how I organize my collection, because I kind of think into that. I picked up some Fathom issues. There had been news recently that Fathom's been optioned, and plus there's some just great Michael Turner covers. These I'm gonna put in a spec box in case we get more on Fathom. I'm pretty sure this is Adam Hughes. Catwoman 64, really high grade copy. It just has a little color rub on the staples. It almost blends in with the art, but it's a little more extreme. But yeah, a lot of great Catwoman covers around this time. That I'll probably sell. This this is going to be a slab spec. This is a real strong 9.8 candidate. 9.8s aren't worth a lot right now, but this is a show that has been optioned, and we might see more when Aftershock kind of gets their act together, and we might see more with their properties. This, probably going to spec on. I have to think at some point James Gunn, I've been picking up a lot. I've had a few copies of this recently. This is where Black Hand gets the the Black Lantern ring. No Black Adam, please. So if we have a Blackest Night storyline, this is another character that I spotlighted in some DC first appearances. Super Friends 25. There are quite a few first appearances in here. This is the first appearance of Fire, or Beatriz DaCosta, who is a prominent member of Justice League International in the in the comics. And I actually thought when it was revealed in the Blue Beetle movie that when you saw Ted Kord's Ted Kord's daughter, who's the niece of Victoria Kord, the Susan Sarandon character, when it was revealed that her mother was Brazilian, I'm like, is that her mom? But it doesn't seem like that is, and it doesn't really matter anyway. Then I picked up these two, Fantastic Four 272 and 273, part of that Franklin Richards storyline. Maybe I'll put these up for sale when Kang comes around. And then the last 3, I think I'm all going to slab them. This was a really pretty copy of Amazing Adventures 18, the first appearance of Killraven. This, I think it's in... Yeah, there are a few spine ticks. There's one little pressable defect up here. The back cover is gorgeous. I think this can get in the 9s. And if you get to like a 9.2, you're starting to talk a book that's worth more than $100. But really great cover. Yeah, corners are pretty sharp. Maybe with a clean and a press, I might submit that. This one, I think I'll also submit. I'm not sure. There's some defects I got to work on. Really, it's only worth submitting right now in a 9.8, Micronauts number 1. And then this next book, I'm definitely going to submit. And I think I can do some work on this. It does need a clean and a press. Probably need a few presses. Daredevil 184 Newsstand. This is the first meeting of Daredevil and Punisher. If I can get this, there are some non-color breaking spine ticks on the front. The rest of the book is pretty clean. So this is kind of my thought. And this is kind of the way I approach this and the, letting the hobby fund itself idea. If this is going to be slabbed, it's worth getting slabbed in a 992. It's worth over $100, especially a newsstand. If I can work on it the way I think I can, and I get maybe a little bit lucky with the grading, if I get a 9.8 on this is just an example, because, there's other books I'm going to sell that have value and some I'm going to hold on to. But this is just an example. If I can clean and press this to get a 9.8, then the value of this book in a 9.8 is worth the value of the 76 books that I just showed you, or worth what I paid for the 76 books I just showed you, more or less, ballpark. So, kind of that idea. You go out hunting and if you find one book that is a 9.8 candidate. Now, a lot of it is being able to do your own cleaning and pressing. And I only do my own. I don't do it for other people. I don't have the time. I have a ton of books backlogged that I'm trying to clean and press. But this big stack of books, a lot of them for the PC, they'd be free. And I'm not doing this to put dinner on the table, right? The bills are taken care of from my regular job. So this is fun hobby for me. And I always look at it this way, right? Let the hobby fund itself. Keep it a hobby. Keep it fun. I am a collector at heart. So there's a lot of these books I am keeping, at either short-term or long-term, right? Like I am collecting, and I'm collecting multiple copies of those Legion, with the idea that maybe if they do a Legion project and we see these characters, the books will have more value than they do now. But even if not, they're not really going to lose value. And they're books I like having. I'm a Legion fan, and I can kind of at some point just kind of go through everything, keep the nicest copy, and move the others. But at the end of the day, right, if my hobby on Saturdays was go out and play golf, there would be no money at the end of the day. All the equipment, the fees to play, all that sort of stuff would be money spent. And there's nothing wrong with spending money on your hobby. But if it's a break-even proposition in the short term, right, then I have a collection that has some degree of value. I'm at a net plus. So I don't know if I'll get a 9.8 on that Daredevil. Maybe I won't. Maybe it comes back a 9.2. Okay? But still, probably sell some of the books and I'll break even anyway. But it's really nice to say, oh, I bought a big stack of books and I got one graded and it paid for the whole stack. More or less. I mean, you obviously have grading fees, etc. And you have to pay fees if you sell it on eBay or whatnot. But that's kind of the mentality I have in terms of the hobby funding itself. And that's part of the fun of hunting. I like to hunt for those books that do have value in high grades and are sitting there raw. And part of it, too, is having that ability to clean and press the book and get it maybe to a 9.8. Now, whoever graded my submission a couple of weeks ago did not agree with that at all. But I've had success in the past. So I am undeterred in submitting books to CGC. Actually, I got at least one submission going out this week. So it's the game we play. And I approach it from two things. I am at heart a collector. And, you can see behind me, there's a lot of books that I haven't gotten rid of yet. And a lot of these are to keep. I keep a lot of books. Probably more than I should. And I probably should slim down the collection. Definitely at some point in the near future. But until then, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun with it. And hopefully you have fun watching these videos. Thanks for coming along for the ride. And You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here and here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.